Hello everyone, this is Jim Okerzinski with your week 6 lecture video. So we're moving on from Blue Collar Brilliance with the completion of discussion board number 7. But first I want to talk a little bit about Essay 1. I have completed grading all the on-time and late submissions for Essay 1. If you have any questions about my comments, be aware that I will record a video about my observations. While I was assessing Essay 1, I'll explain my comments, provide some examples, so I'm sure everyone should look over my comments, go into the grading section, look at your grade, look at any comments I've recorded in Canvas. More importantly, go to your GDoc and look at the comments and suggested edits that I have in the GDoc. It should become aware to everybody what kind of commenting and kind of work I do on some of the essays. Some are very well put together, and there isn't a lot of commenting on those that needed a little help. There are some comments there. Please do not remove or resolve any of my comments. That is how I assess your revision later in the course. Once again, I want to remind everyone that there is a revision component for our portfolio in the last weeks of the course. All right. So let's the wrap up of Blue Collar Brilliance. We've had some couple of good discussion board posts. What do I want to emphasize here in reading Blue Collar Brilliance is if Rose's argument is about education versus intelligence and how we define intelligence in our Western cultures, the critical parts that you need to extract is the activities and those day-to-day routines that Rose describes with his mom Rosie, their waitress, with Uncle Joe, and even all those blue-collar jobs that he talks about, and even to some extent, we'll get into it when we talk about how to open the essay, but how Rose himself is developed as an academic, okay? So you want to focus on those processes that are embedded in blue-collar work. So I want to talk about the art of summarizing and discussion board 8, and let me get there. Discussion board number 8 is about our secondary reading, supplementary reading, the art of summarizing. It's a short PDF that you can find in the reading section in the module. I have it up here. And I kind of give you a little bit of a roadmap with some of the comments that I have embedded in this PDF. Okay, so you want to read through this particular PDF. Okay, it's really kind of short and straight and to the point. You don't have to worry about summarizing satirically, but you do want to look at signal verbs and templates for introducing summaries and quotations, especially for summaries and writing the summary essay. So I'm going to pull this down. I like to get to the textbook. The textbook does offer a section, an overview for reading the art of summarizing. Let me see where my section is. I had that open. How to write a summary. You might want to make yourself familiar with this particular pages here, 34 and 35, on how to write a summary. It's always a interesting read to see the steps in writing an extended summary or a summary essay. So I talk about the art of summarizing, and here I remind you all not to really focus on summarizing satirically, but using the signal verbs and fit the action. That's really important because verbs introducing speakers is critical in writing summary and even our proposal essay coming up, right? So I have the do's here and then the don'ts. And for your discussion board post, I want you to extract and talk about those particular aspects. I say here, after reading the art of summarizing, discuss how the authors describe a successful summary. What are a few of the strategies you can use to write an effective summary, effective and thorough summary, which is really kind of consistent with my message so far, that taking ownership of the piece and really reading it closely annotating, taking, being able to really understand those parts that the author has described to support their argument is critical. And I talk about those three traps and then how to avoid them. So I'm looking for you to tell me how you're going to avoid those three traps. And I even give you the traps right here. Look for the section about how writers abandon the summary. What is the closest cliche syndrome and how you're going to avoid that? Okay. Why is the dreaded list summary a trap that every writer should avoid? I can guarantee you that at some particular point in just about every summary essay, most writers of an extended summary fall into one of these traps. So I would suggest everybody read the Art of Summarizing closely. Look for those traps. Don't tell me what they are. I already know what they are. I want to know how you are going to go about avoiding those traps. All right. I don't want a summary of the Art of Summarizing. I want you to tell me how you're going to go about avoiding those. So I hope this makes sense to everyone. Let me get back to the discussion board, right? Typical format here for discussion board number 8. I know some people have posted already on discussion board 8. Remember, I believe you can edit your post if you would like to do so. So, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be moving on to the idea of looking at the examples next week, and then start writing prepare to write our summary essay. All right. That being said, be safe. Good luck.